Hey guys, welcome to Thought Improvisation. I wanted to do a video now, different from the other ones. I would like to have a more of like a presentation. I call it 10 life lessons. So basically, we all go through life. I'm 41 now, and we have different experiences. We'll have to learn, from being kids, going through adulthood. Sitting in meetings, learning about yourself, relationships, a lot of different things. And I think clearly we have thousands of lessons in life, but I wanted to put down, I think, 10 of the most relevant, for me at least, lessons that I've learned, through mistakes, I think mostly, or by observation. And I wanted to put them down here. Hopefully, maybe they could be of help or inspiration to you. Let me know what you think. Put a comment down below. Like the video. That means a lot. Thank you. So let's just get straight to it. So, number one. Yeah, first off, words clearly don't teach. It's only life experience. So it's kind of ironic, I guess, because me having a presentation now. But I think that's number one thing to do. Even if people tell you, if you read books, that's a great way to learn, but to really, to get the real experience, to get the feeling experience, the palatable experience, you have to do it yourself. So you can listen to people all day, every day, but you have to, you kind of have to make the mistakes, or the experience. So I think that's important. So hopefully, so let's start with one. So state of mind. I think this is like really fundamental, concept that many people know about, but I think most people don't really consciously understand this or know about it. And that is the state of mind that you're living, that you are, your vibrational beingness that you emit all the time. So the goal for that I've come to learn is you should try to live unconditionally. You can choose your state of mind, or you can call it moods. Again, your vibrational atmosphere, what you're outputting, how you're feeling. I think mood is a good indicator of your state of mind. If you feel good, you have a good state of mind. So basically you could create your life, and your life is created constantly, every moment, now. It's just a series of now. And then now, I think how best to define it is your feeling. If you're feeling good, if you're feeling great, if you're feeling love, if you feel happy, you feel appreciation, those are high flying vibrations or feelings or states of mind. And I think that's what you're sort of reaching for. And those should be, at best unconditional. So, let's do the next one. Yeah. So let me talk about unconditional versus conditional. So conditional is the weather is good today. It's blue sky. So I'm happy. If it's a rainy day, I feel sad. I'm basing my mood based on conditions. Or if my girlfriend or wife or whatever, she's treating me nice today, I'm happy. And if she's not treating me nice today, I'm sad. You're kind of like, if you're doing that, your whole life becomes conditional. So basically you're putting your own fate, your own state of mind into the hands of other things, conditions. So clearly, like, we all react to conditions all day. Of course we do. Like, it's impossible, I think, unless you want to become a monk, you just meditate all day, every day. But you could approach, a more unconditional life. And we're going to talk about that. So that is an important thing. Most people have figured this out. Like, a lot of people will talk about it, like high level CEOs, like I remember watching a YouTube video of the guy, the Wolf of Wall Street, Belfort, whatever his name is, like the real guy. He has, he makes a living now doing like seminars and stuff and teaches people how to manage their life. I think it's like a business oriented, class, but it's highly focused on this. He talks about your state of mind, so basically the thing is, you create it. If you live unconditionally, you basically take destiny or your life in your own hands, and you decide to be happy no matter what. Yeah. And again, happiness, happiness is just an indicator. Again, your life is now, 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 now. And if you feel good, I think you're successful. I think that's the major, how to define success. If you're happy, if you feel good in the moment, you're successful. And you could say, well, I feel good because I just bought a Porsche, or, I'm in love, So you can be happy because of other factors. I think, of course, that's important. You shouldn't totally become a monk, and, you want to do fun stuff, but you shouldn't rely on those things. And again, joy, happy, appreciation, it's an inside job, So a lot of people, they need conditions, to happen before they can allow themselves. Again, it's a choice. You choose to be happy or choose not to be happy. So I'm going to read the text now. So, what conditions must happen until you allow yourself to be happy, A lot of people live like that. They live conditionally, Once I get that salary, it's like you have a goal in life. We all do, all day, every day, and then once you get to the goal, you think it'll make you happy. You're happy for a week or 2 days or, an hour, and then you want something else. And then most people don't allow themselves to be happy until they get the thing, the condition. And then they'll be happy for a little bit, but then they want another condition again. So most people, they live constantly, in chasing this condition that they're looking for, and not maybe realizing that it's not, the condition is there to create the journey to the condition. Because once the condition is achieved, you were looking for another condition. And that sort of height, ecstasy of that the conditional thing gives you, that's very, very short compared to the journey. So and that's the thing what people say, it's a journey, not a destination. And that's what it means, in a conditional sort of, framework. So try to be aware of this. I'm doing this too. We all, are doing it every day, So try to allow yourself to be happy, despite of whatever, let go of the conditions. Because real happiness doesn't have anything to do with conditions. You think it does, or not. When I'm saying you, I don't mean you, the listener, I mean people in general. Some people think happiness is conditional. And that's why every time you see a sad person, they're always sad because some condition. That means, they're addicted to conditions. That means they don't know this stuff, or they haven't practiced this stuff. So I think most people, they don't know about this in this sense. So I think that's important. So happiness is a choice, and you are where you are. If you're in a shitty condition, or if you're in a really great place, okay, stuff happened in the past. Now you're here. You could choose to be happy, or you could choose to be unhappy. It's a choice. So know that. So when you're feeling bad, maybe it helps to say to yourself, well, now I choose now to feel bad, Yeah. So that's number one. Number two, your opinion is the only thing that matters. Okay? Follow your heart. That's the thing. Listen to yourself. And this is, we all hear this again, cliche, follow your heart. Well, how to do that? How to follow your heart? How to cut to it. And again, your opinion, it's the only thing that matters. Why? Because you are the only one, you're the only person that knows what you want. The only person that understands you is you. Your mother doesn't understand you. She thinks she does. She doesn't. Your brother, your lover, your children, no one understands you. And so if you rely too much on their opinion, it's a flawed opinion because they can't understand you. They don't know you. They probably want the best for you, so they give you advice and everything, but they don't know you and that they can't know you. So you have to let go of that. You have to follow your own voice, your own, walk through on the beat of your own drum. And so your opinion is the only thing that matters. Yeah, and also, when you think about other people, let's say you had a situation where you feel mistreated or something happened to you unfairly, or you're angry at a person, and then, this will come later, but everything is thoughts. Everything is, again, the state of mind. The state of mind, which is your emotions, which is your vibrational atmosphere that you go around constantly, which is just in the moment, is sort of made. It consists of thoughts, the thoughts that you have in the moment, and also the thoughts that you've been having in the past. And thoughts that you keep thinking, they become beliefs. So you have these beliefs that are all repetitive thoughts, and your thoughts now, and depending on how your thoughts are, and the emotion comes as a response to your thoughts. So if you're thinking about great stuff, you feel good, If you're sad, you think about bad stuff, you feel bad. It's a sort of a guidance system. It's an emotional guidance system. So again, everything are your thoughts. So guiding your thoughts is important to create a good, state of being. So again, if you're angry at someone, they don't necessarily know that. So the thoughts you keep thinking about these people that you're angry with, they're only in your head. Okay? You don't know what these people are doing. You don't know what they're thinking about you, and you can't control that. So it's never about what other people are doing or thinking. It's only about what you think they're thinking, So again, it's only you. It's only your thoughts and your emotions reacting to that. So it's all you, and again, it's only your opinion that matters. And you can change it right now. It's all just now, in the moment. It's a continual journey of, finding that place, that good feeling place. And again, to step back. So like, why is like being happy and joyful and feeling love? Why is that a desired state? Some people, they chase the conditions, they chase the money, they chase the girl, all those things. You want the money, you want the car, you want the career, you want the health, because you think you feel better when you have those things. So everything comes back to a feeling. So it's never about the things. If you're sitting in a car and you're driving fast, it's an internal, feeling, like you drive the car and it feels great, but like, what if you could feel great without having the car? Again, that's an unconditional thing. So, so it's in every moment, the feeling, the thoughts, the state of mind. So listen to your feelings, listen to your intuition. Don't listen too much to other people. Again, they don't understand you. They never can. They never will. Only you know. Only you know. And this goes for every, whether you're a young lad, young woman, young lass trying to figure out what to do in life. If you want to be an engineer or a lawyer, or, if you have pressure in your family, your father is a doctor or a lawyer, or whatever, he wants you to become the same. They mean well, but they don't know you. You may not want to become a doctor. So you have to figure out, what do you want? That's, and that comes back to the following your heart. I'll talk more about how to do that later. How to make decisions, how to follow your heart, how to tap into that true inner knowing. 3, lead by example. So some things I've learned through books, through experiences: speak less, listen more. If you're, let's say, in a meeting, or with friends, you notice that some people talk a lot, some people would listen more. And also, I think it's the same thing with you. Like, I noticed with me, with some people, if I have a conversation, for some people, they talk like 90% of the conversation. And with other people, I speak 90%. It's the whole vibrational flow, that you have with a person. But in general, try to speak less and listen more. And if you look at like the really smart people, they listen. Like the top level people, the Steve Jobs, the Elon Musks, the gurus, they listen. And it's, I think, like, if you, there's another way of putting it. If you say something, you can only say something you already know. But if you listen, you might learn something new. So listening is, it's Less ego too, by the way. While people speaking, they want to prove something, show how good they are, And then again, criticization. It's very tempting to criticize, but when you are tempted to criticize, you should bite your tongue. Just don't criticize. Try not to criticize. And again, if you criticize, you're putting out this sort of negative vibe, negative thoughts, and it affects you as well. Try and praise as often as you can. It's important. Because also people, people behave as you think that they will. You have a sort of a power over people too, You're, I'm looking for a word, I can't really find it. Yeah, so as you think people will respond to you, you're putting out that sort of a vibe, and they will adhere to this vibe that you're putting out. You're kind of training them as well. So so try and praise. It's important. Don't brag about yourself. People that brag about themselves, I think it's like it comes from a place of weakness. That they feel inferior, so they feel the need to talk about themselves. For the less enlightened people, they might be impressed, but if you're on a higher level, you understand like why they do this. So if you have an audience that are tuned in, they'll recognize that the bragging is not really good. It has the opposite effect. And accepting compliments. This is big. I have to struggle with this too. I think a lot of people will do. Like, have you noticed this? Like, you talk to people, you give them a compliment, and then they're like, "Oh no!" Like, no. Like, because they think they don't deserve it. They're not deserving of the compliment. And also, if you do that, if someone gives you a compliment, and you say no, it's like, number one, there's two things. So number one, you dismiss the person. The person is trying to do something nice to you, and you're kind of rejecting their niceness. So it's not good for them. And number two, it's not good for you either, because it means you're kind of telling yourself that, oh, I'm not good enough for this. I don't deserve this. Oh no, So I think a lot of people have a bad habit of that. So try, if someone gives you a compliment, you should say thank you so much, and inside you can say I know I deserve this, and you should say I really appreciate you saying that to me. So outwardly you will say thank you, I appreciate you saying that, and just feel a compliment, and you'll feel much better. And it's a training thing, It feels awkward at first maybe, but as you start doing it, you'll get better, and it feels better and better, And again, it goes back to the alignment, your state of being, your mood, your vibrational atmosphere. It just, everything becomes better. Yeah. So own your own vibration, your mood, your state of being. Don't try to not let others' moods influence you too much, although they will. Sometimes you just have to walk away. Like, if you're on the phone with like someone super negative, you're not gonna bring them up to your level of happiness. They will drag you down, like they will. And it's about momentum as well. We're going to talk about momentum later, or we can do it now actually. So it's like, say you're feeling really good and someone calls you, and it's always this complaining friend, and they speak to you, and at first you feel like you want to be a good friend to them. So you feel you have to suffer with them. You have to understand them, because that's, again, it comes back to the understanding. People, they want to be understood, a lot of that's all this explanation and this justification. They want people to understand them, why they're feeling so bad, or why they're feeling so good. But most is about why they're feeling so bad. And then as they keep talking, you might be in a different place, and then they'll you'll suffer with them, and then they say something and you say something too. Oh, this happened to me as well. Oh my God, I can't believe we did this to you. And before you know it, you're down there with them, okay? And you feel terrible. You think you've done them a favor, which you haven't, by the way, and you feel shitty as well. So in the beginning it's okay, but then as the momentum of this negativity takes on, it becomes a sort of thing by itself. It takes on its own form, like a thought form. It gets bigger. The more, like where you put your attention, you get more of that. So you can say energy follows attention, or energy follows focus. Again, it's always about your thoughts and your state of being, your mood in the moment. And what you do is your mind is a focusing mechanism. It's a tuner. You tune to different thoughts, different vibrations. And if you tune to negative stuff, as you tune more and more, the longer you stay there, the more and more negative they become. They attract onto themselves, basically. So where you put your energy, your attention, you give energy and it becomes more. So pay attention to that. I'm sure you know this through experience too, but the powerful thing is that if you start noticing these things, and then if you become really good, you'll feel, if this person is, where this person's going to take you. And then you can, maybe you just want to just walk away and say, hey, I'm really busy right now. I can't talk to you right now. Just hang up. That's actually a better thing for them as well, because as they also talk about their negativity, they'll just feel worse and worse and worse. Maybe it feels like maybe better for a little bit, but it becomes more. So anyway, so look to the solution. This is the point 4, be a solution seeker, not a problem finder. So focus on the light. My friend Stephanie, she taught me this a long time ago. I'm sure you heard it too. Focus on the light, not the darkness. Again, energy follows attention. So if you put your attention on the light, you will get more light. This is how it is. These are the laws. And there's little or no benefit in looking at the problem. Again, a lot of people think that they need to solve a problem, you have to look at the problem. You have to examine the problem and get deep into the problem. But it's like you're digging a ditch. It's like a never-ending hole. It just gets bigger and bigger and deeper and deeper. And you're just consumed by the problem. I think the problem is there so you can find a solution. So you can go to the solution. That's what the problem is there for. The problem in the analogy of the joys in the journey, let's say you have something happens to you, like, oh shit, something bad happens to you. You have a problem. You have some contrast, as Abraham would call it. And that problem is there. And the problem is there, and it gives you information. It gives you information, and now you know, oh shit, I don't want this. This is a problem. I want the opposite of the problem. I want the solution. That's what I want. So if you had a breakup with a girlfriend, if your car broke down, if your house burnt down, if after the lesson there is like, I don't want that again. So I want a more reliable car. I want to be in a better feeling relationship. I want a different person, whatever. I need to improve these things. Well, then you should focus on the solution and go to the solution. And that's the journey of life. It's always from, these problems, and then that makes you a better person because you learn from the problems or the contrast, the mistakes, whatever. And then, everything is relative. So that you need the darkness to have the light. So the more, and then you go deep into like the valley of a problem, and then you go to the solution, and the higher the difference between those two, the better you feel. Again, comes back to the feeling. So don't linger on the problem. Again, remember momentum. Momentum plays a part in everything. So as you sort of dig more into the problem becomes bigger. This is also because of momentum. So try to look for the positive aspects. That's big. Appreciation, gratitude, look for the positive aspects in your lover, in your mother. Sometimes it's difficult, especially if you're in the momentum where you feel really bad, or you really don't like them, or you feel they've done something to you. It's hard to go directly to, looking at the positive aspects. You can do it. And the more you look to the positive aspects, the more they will show these aspects to you. Your expectation, that's the word I couldn't find earlier. Your expectation trains them. As you expect, you will receive. That's how it is. Notice it in your life, how that is. So as you look for the positive aspects in your, all these people, just try and do that for a little bit and watch what begins to happen. Watch how they change as well. Number 5, be a lover. You not a hater. It's kind of like this last one, which is focus on the light. You are love. I tried ayahuasca about 2 years ago, almost now. And I'm not going to talk so much about that now, but for the people that have done ayahuasca or the people that have done mushrooms or these other things that have had these lessons, if you look at all the hippies, the one message to talk about is love. You are love. That's the only thing that matters. Love, love. That's it. That's the ultimate state of being, love. We'll get more, I'll talk about more about that later compared to, your state and how that ties in. So that's who you are. You are energy. You are awareness, your consciousness, and you're vibrating at this frequency of love. That's like the real you. The real you. That's who you really are. Liquid love. And when you don't feel that love, if you feel hate or anger or depressed, you're basically off of who you are. That's not who you really are. And that's why it feels terrible. Because that's not who you are. You are love. That's why it feels so bad. Because you're off of who you are. It's not because a person did something to you or whatever the condition you think it is. It's because that's not who you are. It's like if you put your hand on the stove, it hurts. That's like your nervous system, your physical nervous system telling you shouldn't do that. It hurts. So don't do that. Well, it's kind of like the same thing. But instead of like a physical pain, you have an emotional pain. So it's like, oh, it feels really bad. Yeah, it feels bad because you shouldn't do that. And again, it's all your thoughts, So you are love. This is the main insight that I got from ayahuasca too. I was shown, I was taught, and again, words don't teach. You have to experience it for yourself. And it sounds like a fucking cliche, all we need is love, these fucking hippies. But once you do it yourself, you see it yourself. For me, it was through ayahuasca, and made me realize a lot of things. Also, sorting through my life and relationships with the different people, and love is what it's all about. You are love manifest in the physical body. This is who you are. Again, I've talked about this. So be a lover. Look to the light. You are never upset for the reason that you think you are. That's a quote from A Course in Miracles. And again, people think it's because their lover left them or their house burnt down, but it's not that. It's because you're off of who you are. And so let's talk about this a little bit more. So it's called the emotional scale. A lot of people have this in different books, and talk about this. So at the left side of the scale is powerlessness or depression. You feel terrible. You just lost all hope, and for a lot of people, they choose suicide. There's no other way out, they're so depressed. But most people, they go the other way. They realize that, the situation will go over. This too shall pass. And then they move upwards on the emotional scale towards. And you can't jump from powerlessness. And this Abraham Hicks, by the way, I talked a lot about this. So go, if you want to learn more about this, go to YouTube and type Abraham Hicks, and they're the gurus in this. You can't jump from powerlessness to passion. It doesn't work. You can't go from feeling shit to feeling great. This doesn't work. Again, it's about momentum. But you can go from powerlessness to despair. It doesn't seem like a big jump, but it is. It isn't, but it's better. You're leaning in the direction of feeling better. And once you're in despair, you can go to fear, and from fear you can go to hate, and up to the scale. And then at some point, hopefully you'll be able to go all the way to passion, enthusiasm. You feel hope, you feel better. And then you feel love, joy, bliss, happiness, what they also call enlightenment. You realize that, it's all love. So I think it's valuable to recognize where you are here, and don't expect to feel really good if you feel really bad. You have to, like, it's a process, and it's because of momentum. And again, this is the whole scale, upward spiral, you know, going from contentment. Contentment is more like, you know, it starts from 1 and it goes to like 22. You can work your way up or down, you know, like you start, again, like to the other example, like let's say, you know, you're kind of pessimistic. I'm not sure, you know, like the virus thing, you know, going on now. I'm sort of pessimistic, and you get frustrated. You read all this fucking garbage mainstream media, you know, they all focus on the negative stuff. A lot of momentum there as well. And then you become overwhelmed. You read all this news. Oh my God, there's no hope. The world is ending. You're disappointed. You feel doubt. You know, you're worrying. You're blaming people. Who did this? Who's responsible for this? The Chinese. And then you're discouraged. You get angry. You can see this, you know. At some point, you feel rage, hatred, and you know, and you can see, like, when you speak to people, you see where they are on the scale, and also for yourself, you just realize that they just, whatever they're angry about, it's not about. It's just like they just didn't figure it out. They just don't know that. They don't know about this stuff. They don't understand unconditional. They don't understand they're a victim of conditions. They don't understand this scale. You know, they really think the conditions are out to get them. You know. Okay, count your blessings. Number 6. We're halfway. It's about, you know, focusing on the light, trying to appreciate all the good things you have in life, and make light of the things you don't like so much. Because as you do that, more good stuff will come. Again, it's a momentum thing. So just do it for a while, just try, and then see what begins to happen in your life. And try and start early, in the morning, because then because as you sleep, your momentum sort of stops, and you wake up, you feel fresh, you have a new start. But as the day progresses, you go through stuff, you think about more things, the momentum gets bigger and bigger. And so if you try to sort of stop the momentum at the end of the day, if a lot of bad things have happened, it's really hard. Like, just don't even try that, just give up. You're just going to become more frustrated. Because in addition to feeling shit, you start blaming yourself because you can't put yourself in a better feeling place. So try and do it in the morning. I would recommend. Meditation is a great way. Look for the fun in the doing. So this is like whatever you want to do, you know, like if you're trying to decide on a career or just your everyday life, like look for the fun in the doing. Do things out of intrinsic reason. So, you know, because some people, or I would say probably most people, their job, it's not, they're doing the job to get the money, you know, and sometimes you have to do that, but that's not really success. Even if you have a lot of money, I mean, if you're not happy, and again, like, if you don't feel the joy in the doing, it's you know, it's a waste. I mean, yeah, okay, you get money and everything. That has value too, of course. But if you can manage to find something you truly like to do, the money will come by itself, and you'll be happy. Again, it's a state of being. So do the stuff for the activity itself, for the joy that it brings you. So intrinsic reason, not extrinsic. Extrinsic being conditional again, you know. So if you can have fun in your job, in your work, if you're passionate or whatever, clearly that's about, and no matter what it is, that should be the goal. Be selfish. Why? Because it seems selfish. Being selfish seems like a bad thing. You should care about other people. You should help other people, and you should care about other people. And I think that's, of course you should. But you can't help others unless you're in a good place yourself. You know. So if you're feeling great, I think it's a wonderful thing to help others. But if you don't feel great yourself, you can't help any others. You know. And you know, you can help other people be happy if you're happy and help yourself. And if you take a step back from it, you can actually never ever make anyone happy, because we talked about this before, happiness, it's an inside job. It comes from within. Because, if people, this whole text here, if other people get dependent on you for their happiness, then that's not going to last, because you can't be what they need you to be. And if you do something for other people, they'll come to expect that you're going to do this again and again and again. And as they'll get used to it, they come to expect even more. And so sooner or later, they'll probably come to resent you too, because they know inside that they should be able to do this for themselves. As you're doing it for them, it makes them feel even worse. And then they come to resent you and blame you. They're not going to say that to your face, but that's psychologically, to a lot of people, that's going to happen. If they become dependent upon you. And most people, again, they don't know that they just become it. And of course, you do stuff for people. It makes you feel good. You want to help them. You love them. Of course, it's great. It's great. But they need to realize they can't be dependent on you, because that never works. Yeah. So again, this is like the number one relationship killer from in my opinion, humble opinion. I'm not a relationship expert, but this is my opinion. And this is what I heard. Have you ever said this or felt it? You need to be different so that I can feel better. Like I need you to be different. I don't like that thing you're doing. I don't like that. You need to be different because I don't like it. Again, it's like a very conditional thing. So it's a conditional thing. And you're putting your happiness and your mood, your success, your joy into the hands of someone else. That will never work. Never, ever work. I think we all do it sometimes. It feels really good too sometimes, but it's not a sustainable thing. I think once you get to a place of like knowing those things, once you really understand, like, okay, you're starting to live unconditional, you're not depending on other people for feeling good, then you can then you feel good, you feel love, you're on the high end of the scale. From that perspective, from that point of view, now you can start to play with them. And then it becomes really good, Next one. 8, again, 9. All your power is in the now. And this is like, the Eckhart Tolle talks about, power of now. This book. Live in the now. Forget the past. So, because many people, everyone, including me, all the time, of course, we live in the past or the future. We think about, and usually it's like negative. Often it's negative stuff like, oh man, you regret something. I should have done this. I should have treated that person better. Or if I just had that moment in time back, I would do this, or I'm worried about a presentation tomorrow at work. But you don't have any power there. You don't have any power there. And again, all your power is in the now. So as you think about the future, past events, if you do it in a negative context, which often people do, it just makes you feel miserable. And it's again, the more you think about it, the more momentum it gets. And again, energy follows attention. You give it attention, you give it energy, it becomes more, and you just feel miserable. And there's no reason for it. And again, your success, in my opinion, is your state of being now. So as you think negatively about the future or the past, you just feel terrible in the now. And there's no reason for that. There's no rationale for that. Of course, we all do it. But if you become aware of that, that's where the power is. If you know about this, if you can step away from your thoughts and realize, hey, I'm not my thoughts. I can step away from it. I'm thinking these things. I'm worried about tomorrow, but I shouldn't be. You're kind of like separating yourself from your thoughts and realizing the thoughts, they kind of have a life of their own. And that's sort of, a way to kind of take control back. That's what Eckhart Tolle is saying, talks a lot about. You notice your thoughts, you be the observer of your thoughts, you step away from them. Also, like, very powerful. Breathing is very powerful. We will breathe all the time. Breathing is interesting because it's one of those things that is automatic. So it goes by itself. You can also control it. But the most functions in the body is like you can't control it. You know, the way your heart pumps or your liver functions, how the nervous system, you cannot control that. But you can control your breathing. But it's also automatic, obviously. Otherwise, you wouldn't breathe in like sleeping. I won't work. So breathing is powerful because what happens is that when you slow down your breath, you influence your autonomic nervous system. And the autonomic nervous system was thought it's something that goes by itself. You can't control it. But you actually can control it through your breathing. That's why, you know, the yogis and stuff, our martial artists, they're all singers, maybe for a different reason. They all seek to control the breath or exercise some control of it. So a very simple thing is to, I mean, just look at YouTube, like breathing techniques, you know, they'll teach you much better. But for me, if you have a slow out breath, let's say 8 seconds out through the mouth, four seconds in, and then 8 seconds out. If you do that like 8 times, you'll feel better, because thoughts are impossible to control. But if you breathe, you will control them. Or if you do heavy breathing, like fire breath, or the Wim Hof thing, you know, like really deep breaths, you will not be thinking. Like you'll have a respite from your thoughts because the body takes over and the autonomic nervous system kicks in. It slows down. So that's a great way to become more present. Feeling your body, because often we live in the head, we live in the thoughts. Like you're in a meeting, you're angry with the coworker, you're stressed, you got shit to do, you have a deadline. Just, you know, but if you can feel your body, just like say, fuck it, okay, I need a break. You just sit down, you just feel your body. You put your attention again, and energy follows attention. Put your attention. Your brain is a focusing mechanism. It's a tuner. But let's tune to our body. Let's put our attention on our left pinky finger. So try and do this now. Put your attention on the left pinky finger. Slow down the breath. Out with the mouth. Out through the mouth. Longer, shorter end through the nose or through the mouth as you want. Just put your attention on the close your eyes if you can. Minimize the outside stimulus. Focus on your left pinky. Feel how the pinky feels. Can you feel your pinky without touching with your other fingers? Can you put your attention there? Can you feel the nail? Can you feel the energy of the nail interacting with your pinky? Can you feel there's a sort of soft, deep, sort of energetic, like vibration? It's very deep, it's very slow. It's kind of moving through your left pinky. Can you feel that? Does your pinky feel a little bit warmer maybe? Like a little heavy. And then you can move up to the next finger. It feels like, and now as you go, you feel your hand, you just feel your hand just you feel that soft, almost twitching, satisfying feeling of just the tension in your left hand, just letting go, just feeling better, just letting completely go. It feels heavy, feel warmer. That sweet sensation in your muscle as the muscle just really relaxes. And as you do that, and even now just doing it, I feel more relaxed. And you can just work your way through your whole body and just do 10 minutes, and you'll slow down and you'll take control. So that's a good way. Yeah, and this, like, if you're making decisions, like important decisions or small decisions, I would say this is primarily for big decisions. Again, this is from Abraham, mentioning this in the reference to another book. It's like, let's say, think about a decision you have to make now. And it's really big. It's like in a relationship, should I stay? Should I go? Do I want this car? should we go for this house? You know, should I go on this holiday? Should I spend the money on that thing? You know, should I do the operation? Do I feel, you know, if it's either hell yes, like yes, you feel like yes, you feel your whole body just singing, I want to do this. If it's not that, then if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. If you don't feel truly passionate about that, then you probably shouldn't do it. So that's one way of sort of removing noise and provide clarity in a decision. Number two, last one, let go. Let go of what? Well, try to let go of control, worry, negative thoughts. Again, it's about thoughts. Everything comes back to thoughts, which become emotions and beliefs, your state of being. Try and let go. Again, let go of worry, future, past. They shouldn't have any power over you. Control, it's an illusion. The only thing you can control are your thoughts. The only thing you can control are your thoughts. Everything else basically is out of your control. And if you could try to control the conditions, it's just building up tension, resistance, all just put down all the list of negative words you can figure out. That's what it's gonna happen if you try to control the uncontrollable. This is from I was reading a philosophy book about ancient Greeks, and I know this is also a lot of people use it, like modern, you know, like self-help books or you know, how to be an effective CEO, you know, these books. But my understanding is it came from the Greeks. I think it was the Stoics. I could totally be wrong on this, but I think it was the Stoics that talked about circle of concern, which is, you know, again, things you can't control, like the weather, your mother, your boss, everything going on Twitter or the mainstream media or the media or whatever. That's what people are concerned about. Oh my God, I wonder what my mom's going to think about this. What's the weather going to be like? Excuse me. All the negative shit on Twitter. Oh my God, he said this, she said that. The world is burning. This virus. Oh my God, it's, you know. And then, yeah, we talked about the spiral, the emotional guidance. You go down the spiral. The only thing you control are your thoughts. And even the Greeks, again, they figure this shit out. So as you try to control the uncontrollable, those things are in the circle of, you know, concern, you just spiral out of control, basically. So that's it. That's all I have today. I hope you liked this. If you liked it, please give a like or post a comment. These are some of the people that I you know, gave the inspiration or a lot of the information coming from these people, all of these different books. So I want to say thank you to Abraham Hicks, Seth, Eckhart Tolle, Wayne Dyer, Ayahuasca, and the person watching. Thank you so much. And that's all I have. Have a good day. Stay positive. Mwah. And let's try the outro.